Hello there everybody, Jordan back again with another video, and today is going to be a preview to the month of February 2026. This is the second preview video I've done so far on this channel. Last month was a look ahead to January, and I really enjoyed doing that video, looking at all the movies, the horror movies and thriller movies that I was looking forward to in that month. And I just get excited to talk about, some things I'm looking forward to, some cinema trips that I'm going to be going on, and it just gets me pumped talking about these films, even if I haven't seen them, which I haven't, of course. Now, this is a UK release date segment, so the US and other countries might get this either before, which is mostly the case, or after, which is rarely the case. But if these dates don't line up with the days you think they're coming out, if you're watching from another country, which I don't know if anyone is, to be honest, please don't get too confused. These are just UK release dates. So very excited to get into this. We've got 8 titles to talk about, and most of these are cinema releases, but there's a couple of VOD digital ones in there as well. So let's get into it. Here are the 8 movies that I'm looking forward to in February 2026. Now, first up, we do have The Plague coming to VOD on February the 3rd. By the way, guys, I'm just doing this in order of release date. So if you're wondering why I put this first, that is the reason. And this is a film I've heard so many good things about. I think this did get a limited release in the United States about the end of 2025 and early 2026. But a lot of YouTubers seen this at Fantastic Fest and everything. And it's about this kid who joins this, I think it's like this water polo gym club or whatever. And he has got there's this kid there who's got a rash on him, and all the other kids bully him to extreme basically. And he kind of joins in with the bullying a little bit because he doesn't want to be left out. He doesn't want to be, the odd one out with this other kid. He wants to be in with the cool kids and everything. And I think a lot of people go through life sort of seeing them social circles in school and everything, and it's not a great thing at all. Bullying is a horrible thing. But I think this kid in the movie starts to warm to this other kid who's got this rash, who apparently has the plague, as all the other kids call it, and then he starts to get the plague. So, sounds very interesting to me. I think that's going to have a lot of social commentary on trying to fit in them circles and everything. It's got Joel Edgerton in here, who is like this... The instructor of these boys and everything, who is a great actor, of course. But I'm just very interested to see where this one goes. It looks like a dark drama, but I think there are horror elements in there and stuff to do with this skin rash, this plague and everything. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. It's high on my watch list, and we're getting it at the start of the month. That is The Plague. Now, guys, we've got a big weekend coming here on February the 6th. 3 big movies to talk about. And the first is Send Help, directed by Sam Raimi. Now, we were meant to get this in January, but, all the smart people at these film distribution companies decided to move it to February the 6th in this stacked weekend where nothing is really coming out in the UK on the 30th of January. So, yeah, let's just move it there with 2 of the big films coming out. I don't know who makes these decisions, and also, why can't we just get it at the same time as the US? I'm going to do a big rant video on this one day because it pisses me off. But anyway, Send Help does look like a really solid film, going by the early reviews that have already come out, because again, America got it a week early. They seem very, very positive. And I am not surprised by that, because Sam Raimi directed this film. I'm currently going through all of his movies now, and I haven't seen a bad one. No, the lowest I've rated one of his films is 3-star. And I've seen 10 out of the 15 so far. This will be his 16th movie. And the other ones I've watched anyway. I'm kind of doing rewatches, so I doubt any of them movies are going to be below 3-star, which to me says he is a very solid director. And a lot of them are really excellent movies as well. Spider-Man 2, of course. This one looked like right up my street. This is about a arsehole boss and his employee in Rachel McAdams, and Dylan O'Brien plays this arsehole boss, and they go on this plane for this work venture or something, and it crashes on this desert island, and it's just them 2 as the only survivors. But it seems to be, from the trailer, that there's a little bit of a power shift where she becomes the boss and starts telling him things and overpowering him. So I think that's a very interesting dynamic to have in this movie. Also looks like it's going to go down some sinister paths and everything. know, Rachel McAdams got blood on her face and everything in this trailer. I absolutely love Rachel McAdams. Wedding Crashers is my favourite comedy of all time. I just love the woman, and I will watch anything that she's in. So really looking forward to this one. I'm going to be doing a big Sam Raimi ranking on this channel as well, guys, after I've seen this movie. So look out for that. But yeah, send help. Very excited to see this one. Next up, we have The Strangers Chapter 3. And when I said I'm looking forward to all of these movies, this is the one that is the lowest on the list. It's more of a case of needing to see what happens with this trilogy, because Rennie Harlan had this bright idea to make 3 movies, and I thought, man, there must be something in this. They must be doing something so exciting with The Strangers. And the first movie was just a remake of the original. Let's be honest, that's what it was. And the second movie was just one big chase scene, which is usually done in about a 10 or 15 minute segment. In any other horror movie, they just prolonged it to 90 minutes, and there's a wild boar scene in there and everything, which was kind of strange. And I was like, what the hell are they doing with this trilogy? Rennie Harlan is a director who's made some great stuff, some really exciting movies back in the day, and he's here making this shite. However, maybe this can capture the whole trilogy and what it was trying to do. I doubt it, but we'll see. It feels like they've just threw it out there because Strangers Chapter 2 came out in like September, October, and this one has come out very quickly. It's like they're just throwing it out there and getting it over with. However, I have heard there's a Stranger Chapter 4 in the works, so God knows what's going on with this franchise. Strangers Prey at Night, though, what a movie that is. If you haven't seen that one, definitely check it out. But this one looks like, from the trailer and from the poster even, that Madeleine Pesch, who is the best thing about these movies, she is a great protagonist, I really can't wait to see her in more stuff, is maybe becoming one of the strangers. And that is a very weird direction to take it in, but also a very predictable one as well. It's just, yeah, they've got to do something different with this Chapter 3, but that would not make the most interesting story, in my opinion. Going by the trailer, it looks like it's following a very similar path to the other movies, not story-wise, but just the way it's filmed and everything. You got that guy who's talking in a deep voice going, "Why did you kill those people?" You know, the guy who's in her face in Chapter 2 all the time. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll also be doing a Strangers ranking when this comes out as well, guys. So look out for that one. That is The Strangers Chapter 3. Now, next up, guys, is Cold Storage. It stars Joe Keery from Stranger Things, and he is actually my favourite character in Stranger Things. Also, we got Georgina Campbell here from Barbarian fame, and Liam Neeson. And this looks like a horror comedy where these two characters, Joe Keery and Georgina Campbell, are working the night shift at this cold storage facility. And it seems that this fungus is growing underneath it, and it starts infecting people and the wildlife around it and everything. And Liam Neeson must come in and help them sort of destroy this thing. So it just looks like a wild ride. It looks like it's going to be taking a weird, interesting take on virus infection, basically. I mean, you see a couple of people in the trailer getting infected, but a couple of animals as well, and animals are taking the elevator and stuff. I don't know if it makes these people more clever or anything, a bit more rabid than clever, if you like, but I think this one just has a lot of potential to be a good time. And I've heard on a podcast that I listen to, Cody Leach and Chuck, that Chuck has seen this movie and said it was really fun and people are going to love it. So I do trust that guy's judgment. So yeah, I'll be going to see this one as well. Just looks like a wild ride, and Liam Neeson can do comedy, can't he? So he done it well in Naked Gun, and I'm sure he'll bring it here as well. So really excited to see this one. Just looks like a wild time at the cinema. Now, on February 13th, we do have Whistle. This is directed by Colin Hardy, who brought us The Nun, the original Nun movie, which wasn't the best in the Conjuring universe, was it? Also, this stars Daphne Keane, who I really like in Logan and Deadpool and Wolverine. So I'm surprised not seeing a lot more stuff since Logan, really, but here she is starring in this movie, and this sees a group of teenagers who find this Aztec whistle, and when they blow it, their future death will come after them. So let's just say, for example, you're going to die in a car crash. 20 years' time, it is brought forward, and it could be any day now, basically. You get my drift. So it basically follows these teenagers and death coming after them with this whistle device thing that they blow. Kind of looks like Final Destination a little bit. I think this looks very, very good and very interesting going from the trailer. But I've also heard people say from Fantastic Fest and everything that this is a movie you've seen before. A group of characters find this device, they try and learn how to stop it, find someone who knows how to stop it, and then try and overcome it towards the end. Kind of like the movie Tarot, which came out a couple of years ago. Yeah, I kind of know what them reviewers are saying there, but I'm going to give this one a chance. I think it looks really cool. It looks like there's some awesome death scenes in it and everything. Yeah. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. It could be a major letdown. Should the original, I believe. But I know a lot of people are excited for this one. But I think it looked pretty good. I'm going to make my own judgment on this. So that is Whistle. Next up, we have Psycho Killer on February the 20th. Now, this is a big question mark around this one, guys, because the US are definitely getting this on February 20th. The UK has not been given a cinema release yet. But when I Googled it, it did say there is hopefulness that this will be coming on the same day. Who knows? I don't want to be talking about this movie in fucking May's preview, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. However, let's hope we get it this month, because this movie is definitely on the high end of my most anticipated films in this video. This looks right up my street. It stars Georgina Campbell again, believe it or not, who's going to have a big month at the cinema this month, isn't she? And it follows this killer who murders Georgina Campbell's husband, and she goes out. She's like this patrol officer, this highway patrol officer. She goes out to find out who this guy is, and apparently he is a serial killer who's been going about for a while, trying to complete a murder masterpiece so he can be accepted into hell. Now, that premise alone gets me pumped. I'm kind of getting goosebumps talking about it right now. It's got the same writer as the movie Seven, one of the best thrillers of all time. Andrew Kevin Walker, the guy's name is. He also wrote 8mm, I believe. And it looks like it's got a lot of detective stuff going on in here. Kind of has a Silence of the Lambs, Longlegs 7 feel to it, which these type of movies I'm just a sucker for. I will watch any movie that has all this shit going on, this crime, detective work and everything. And it looks kind of brutal at times as well. I really like the look of the killer here. It's got like, kind of looks like a gas mask type of deal going on. But very, very interested to see this one. I'm praying we get it here in the UK on February the 20th. But if not, I hope all my friends across the world enjoy it, because it looks awesome. So yeah, really excited for that. That is Psycho Killer. And on February the 27th, we do have Scream 7, which is definitely going to be the most controversial Scream movie of all time, and one of the most controversial horror movies that have released in a while, all because of the Spyglass, Melissa Barrera thing. I get it. You know, I do get it. However, I am going to see this movie. I love the Scream franchise. It is one of the strongest horror film series out there, and I'm looking forward to this, although I am skeptical and a little bit worried. It does seem like after all that controversy that they are trying to pull and reel the fans back in by having Neve Campbell come back. And I believe Ghostface is after her daughter in this movie. We've kind of had a similar plot line in Scream 4, haven't we, with Sydney Prescott's niece, who Ghostface came after in that movie. So it kind of feels like we've done this before. However, we do have a lot of characters coming back. Like apparently Stu is coming back and Dewey, which I don't understand. I do feel like this is going to be an AI thing, because in the trailer we do see a Ghostface museum in Stu's old house in Woodsboro, where people can go in and look at like all the past history of Ghostface and everything. So I do think it's going to be like an AI thing, like maybe a hologram or something of these characters. I just don't see a world where these characters are coming back for real. And I think a lot of people might be let down by that, because it seems like the studio is promising it, but we'll see. And Kevin Williamson directing this one, who is usually just the writer of these movies. So this is going to be the first time he's directing a Scream film. Interested to see how that goes. But I always feel like it's a good time with Scream. So I'm still looking forward to this. But It's the one I'm going into more than any, where I think this could be the one that breaks the franchise for its consistency. However, it might be one of the better ones. Who knows? That is Scream 7. I'm also going to be doing a big Scream review series in February, guys. So I'm going to be reviewing all the Scream movies and ranking them at the end as well. So look out for them. And last up, guys, we do have Crazy Old Lady, also known in Spanish as Viejo Loca, which is, of course, a Spanish movie coming to Shudder. And it's about this guy's ex-girlfriend who phones him up and says, look, I'm in a bit of a desperate situation here. Can you come and look after my senile mother for a bit? Which is weird little take, I suppose. The guy in the trailer really looks like Daniel Plainview as well from There Will Be Blood. It's giving me the vibes of Daniel Day-Lewis there. But the whole trailer was in Spanish, so I couldn't really understand a word of this. There was no English trailer from what I could find. But I did watch it anyway, and it looks interesting. It looks like this woman is really going to go down a sinister path here, tying the guy up and everything. So looks like it might be a little bit of a torture hostage situation. It is a Shudder original. This is coming to Shudder, so it could go either way. I was disappointed a lot by Shudder last year, but there were some little surprises in there. Looks like it's got good production value, though. Some of the Shudder originals, the indie flicks, look like they're really low budget quality at times, but this one looks like more on the high end. So we'll see. I'll be watching it. So that is Crazy Old Lady. Okay, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video. What are you most looking forward to in February? Is there anything I missed here? Please do let me know so I can put it on my radar. But like I said, these are the movies I'm just looking forward to. But please do let me know in the comments if there's anything else. Yeah, let me know if any of these don't tickle your pickle, really. That's it, guys. If you want all my reviews from this year, from 2026, I'll leave them in the link down below. And don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to this channel if horror is your sort of thing. Thanks so much, guys. You all take care. I'll see you all in the next video.